Hey guys! It has been 5 months since my last YouTube video, but I am back. We have more plans to create more content in the future, and spring break is coming up, so inshallah we'll have some more videos out to you guys in less than 5 months. Before I get this video started, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Arabian Avenue, which is a Middle Eastern brand, and you can find them on Instagram. I'll make sure to link all of their details down below in the description. And I wanted to thank them because they sent me over some goodies. They sent me over this Palestine necklace, and it's like really cute. It says Palestine in Arabic and it's in a heart. And they also sent me the Palestinian flag pop socket, and I was so excited about both of these things, but especially the pop socket. I've been eyeing this stuff for so long. I definitely love this brand because it's one of the few brands that are very inclusive in terms of providing merchandise. Yeah, providing like products for all the Middle Eastern countries. It makes me feel like there's a sense of solidarity between us, which is always nice. You're definitely going to want to check out their website. You can head over there. They sell jewelry, they sell phone accessories like the phone cases and the pop sockets, and they have the necklaces and the pop sockets for like every single Arabian country. And they also provided me with a coupon code that I can give you guys, which is actually just Mascara's Closet. And if you apply it, it will give you 10% off your purchase. So definitely put that to good use. Today's video is going to be a get ready with me, even though I'm not going anywhere, where I kind of do my makeup and then talk through that process, but also answer questions that I asked you guys to send in. What are you doing? Anyway, as I was saying, the reason that I don't feel like I should be doing a formal makeup tutorial is because, first of all, I don't wear makeup that often at all, to be honest. I wear it maybe once a month, like if I'm going out or something, and then twice a month maybe if I'm feeling adventurous. But like, even when I do makeup, it's nothing too crazy. I like to focus on my skin. You guys will see, like, I'm gonna go through like my most basic makeup process, what I do when I'm trying to get ready pretty quickly and just trying to look good. I do think of makeup as an art form, and I feel like obviously that's like a lot of people's thinking about makeup, but for me, I really like to do like editorial and like avant-garde looks. I haven't done any in a while because I've just been busy. Obviously, we're 5 months later to another YouTube video, so that just shows how busy I've been. I like to do that kind of stuff, and I like to play around with color. Maybe I'll do a video on one of those looks one day, but for now this is just gonna be like really basic, me just talking through how I do my makeup day to day and then answering your questions. Anyway, let's get started. So I've already washed my face and moisturized, which even if I'm going out at night, I always do this. I like to like start out with like a clean slate. But then my next step is to prime my face. And I use this primer. I'm gonna link all the products down in the description, by the way, so you guys can like know what the products I'm using. But it's the Maybelline New Master Prime by Face Studio. It's the Blur and Illuminate Primer. I don't know if you guys can see. This is what like the YouTubers do.
Yeah, but because it's set to focus on your face, it's not focusing.
Okay, that's fine. I'll link it in the description. So, and then this also has sunscreen in it, which I actually just found out. I didn't know that it had sunscreen in it before this moment. And it's like SPF 30. I like it. I feel like it makes my face look very glowy and natural. So I use this primer and I kind of just slather it all over my face. Then after I do the primer, basically I put on my foundation, and I use the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. This is the first foundation I ever actually owned, high-end or low-end. I still use it like pretty religiously to this day. I really like it. It doesn't transfer at all. It honestly is what they advertise. Like, it stays in place, it doesn't transfer, it's pretty much set for the entire day. But recently, I've started mixing the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion right into it to give me even more of a glow. I really like glow, you guys. You'll see. So I'm going to mix these two together. I'm going to put it on my face. Mahdi, can you please go wet my beauty blender for me?
Okay.
Thanks. Okay. While he's actually gone, nobody asked me this question, surprisingly, but this is like probably my most asked question in general since I started Mascara's Closet, and people always ask who takes my pictures. Honestly, it's just my brother. He's more invested in my page than I am, and I think that the page would not be anywhere near as wonderful as it is today if it wasn't for him. I feel like I've grown a lot since the page has started, but he's definitely also grown without him taking my pictures, this page would be nothing. So I really, really appreciate him for that. And then while we wait for him, let's answer a few questions. So first question I got was, how tall are you? And I wanted to start out with this question because if you guys are following me on Instagram, you know that like, I think a month ago or something, I asked you guys how tall you think I am. And the reason that I asked that is because people tell me that I am such a catfish in terms of my height. People think I'm a lot taller than I actually am just because of the way the pictures are taken. And we do this intentionally. The guess range was from like 5'6" to 5'8". Those are the like most guessed out of like all of my answers, but I'm actually only 5'2". I'm not really that tall or anything, and I'm definitely nowhere near the heights that you guys were guessing, but like I really appreciate that you guys think I'm tall. I think like tall people are so beautiful, but I'm like not against my height or anything. I love being 5'2". I like being short.
It's all the illusion of the picture.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it does. It helps the illusion of the picture. He's right. Okay, but anyway. Let's mix these two together. I don't use a lot of foundation at all just because it's like what's on my finger and then what's on my hand right now. And it's a very small amount, and this is both products mixed together. And this covers my entire face very well. So anyway, let me just blend that in. While I'm doing this, onto the next question, which is, why did you choose mechanical engineering? And before I start this question, actually, I want to tell you guys, a lot of people don't know this, but I actually am studying mechanical engineering, which is weird to a lot of people. They think I should be in some kind of like fashion degree or art degree because I do a lot of art too. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, you would know. I like to think that I'm like pretty well-rounded as a person and I enjoy a lot of things. So I really like math and science. Engineering was like pretty appealing to me in terms of like the types of math and science, like physics is one of my favorite sciences. The idea was that it combines aspects that I really like. Obviously, you're not going to ignore the pay. Like it's a pretty well-paying job. Aside from that too is the fact that I am a woman of color and we don't see much of them in, especially visibly Muslim women, in these types of fields. So I thought this would be a great way to represent in that aspect. Like to me, it just seemed like a very appealing field. But I'm going to give you guys a little bit of advice. If you do decide to pursue an engineering degree of any sort, they're all extremely difficult. You know, any degree that you get is like an accomplishment in my opinion. Keep in mind with engineering is that it's one of those fields that you literally need to be focused on it 24/7, and if you're not completely invested in it, you're gonna fall behind very easily. Like, not to scare anybody away from it, but it's gonna be pretty difficult to kind of steer back. So you need to like be focused and determined and motivated like 100% of the time. And that's something as an engineering student, I'm in my 3rd year, I have struggled with since the beginning. And it's such a struggle, but honestly, I feel like it's taught me a lot of things about my personality and stuff. I don't regret going into this field at all. I do enjoy it for the most part. Inshallah, like job opportunities come to me and stuff, and like I can have some real world experience with it because so far it's only been what I've been experiencing in school. But yeah, that's why I chose that field. So now that I have my base done, the next step is going to be to do contouring and highlighting. I don't really highlight, to be honest. Like what I will go in later with is like kind of a little bit of a setting powder. But basically, I started doing this over the summer. I bought this Wet n Wild lipstick for 99 cents from Walgreens, and it's the shade Mink Brown 534B. I don't like to cake powder products on a lot, and I know cream like products are better. They just sit into your face better. So what I did was I started using this brown lipstick as my contour, and I just kind of blended in with my beauty blender. So I don't do a lot. I just do a little bit to kind of brown my face up. Give it a little bit of shadow. This is hard. I've never done my makeup in hijab before, so this is definitely a challenge. You guys need to bear with me. So next question. Are you, oh my god, I'm gonna butcher this word. Are you ambidextrous? Which, if you guys don't know what that means, it means if you can use all of your limbs equally. So there's a word for like if you can use both of your hands equally, which I think is ambidextrous. But this is for like all of your limbs, so I guess your hands and your feet. And the answer is no. I really wish I was. It's honestly something that I've been considering, trying to get myself to learn how to use my left hand.
Wait, how do you even...
You just practice like writing with it.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know about my feet. I don't feel like I can use either of my feet properly, to be honest. I'm so clumsy. But definitely for my hands, it's something that I've been wanting to do, but I have not done at all. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe one day. One day I'll make a post about how I became ambidextrous. But anyway, so as you guys can see, I think you can see. They can see it, right?
Yeah, they can see.
Yeah, okay. As you guys can see, it blends out really, really nicely, and it just gives me a little bit of color on my cheeks. And then another thing I like to do is, because I am obsessed with blush, is take a pink lipstick. This one's really cheap too. It's from Ulta, and I think I got it from free in their like little gift bags, and just kind of put a little bit on my cheek. This was not a little bit. Put a little bit on my cheeks usually. And again, with the Beauty Blender, just kind of blend it in. Okay, see, it gives me like a little bit of rosiness. It brings back the color into my cheeks that I am famous for having. Not really. Nobody has said that to me in so long. But they used to say it to me so much as a kid.
Oh.
So this is pretty much, as far as like putting products on my face, this is pretty much what I do. The last step is just to kind of set everything. And like I said, I don't like using a lot of powder products on my face, but this is the one powder product I will use. So this came in a really big palette. It's the Love and Beauty by Forever 21 thing, and I got this like literally a million years ago, so I don't think you guys will find it now, but I'll see if they have some kind of like equivalent on their website now and link that in the description. But basically I just go into like the flesh tones, and I just sat where I know I get the most oily, which is in my T-zone, so on my nose.
You didn't show like it from how you were just kind of dipped into it without showing how it looks from the inside.
Well, because it's disgusting. Okay, so anyway, for the next question, blackberries or raspberries? I actually had to think long and hard about this question because I love berries in general. They're my favorite fruit. I think after a long time of thinking, I decided on blackberries because blackberries are more crunchy and they're more tart. And I think if I'm going to be eating one of them for the rest of my life, I would want it to be more of a sour fruits because there aren't that many of those. Raspberries are just kind of soft and like, I'm sorry to anybody who loves raspberries with a passion, but they're a little bit bland. Matthew's like looking at me, he's like pissed, he's mad.
No, I think it's because I think that blackberries are flavorless. Like all they are is sour. That's not just, but I think you could go, the problem is raspberries are like cantaloupe. Like you can go so wrong with cantaloupe. You could go so wrong with raspberries.
That's
like
true.
If you eat like a little squishy raspberry, that's it. It's over for you. You know what I mean?
You're honestly right. So next step is eyebrows. Where's my eyebrow thing? Okay, I don't know how many of you guys are gonna judge me for this, but I don't use any brow products. I use eyeshadow, and I use the Naked Smoky Urban Decay palette. Okay, I use a mix of the black shade, which is Black Market, and then Whiskey. And I just kind of fill in my eyebrows with it. Not too much because I have pretty thick eyebrows, but like after I do a full face of makeup, it's kind of weird if I don't have my eyebrows filled in because the color just like washes away. First I go in with a spoolie. You know, I brush my eyebrows up. And then I just kind of go in with this brush. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's an eyeshadow brush from Ulta actually, but like it's very flat and it's nice for making straight lines. So that's why I use it. So let me just fill those in really quickly and answer another question. The next question is languages you speak. So I only speak 2 languages right now, but I want to learn a third one very badly, and that is Spanish. I don't know how to speak Spanish, and Mahdi is pretty good at Spanish, and he won't teach me.
Not really.
I need you guys to all go attack him so that he can tutor me in Spanish.
I literally know high school. It's because no one else in this house knows Spanish, so they all think I'll say something so basic, and they'll all be like taken aback.
Yeah, so I know Arabic and English. Like I can speak Arabic pretty fluently. The Palestinian dialect, obviously. I can read and write it. Well, not as well as I used to be able to, but a lot better than most people I know. No shade. So that's one eyebrow. As you can see, it really does make a difference. Yeah, it makes a difference. Like this eyebrow looks snatched in this eyebrow. This is my bad eyebrow anyway. We don't talk to her. Next question. Hijab story. Some of you guys were interested in knowing when I started wearing hijab and how I put it on. And this is actually one of my favorite stories to tell because it's so stupid. I don't want to like discredit my hijab story or like wearing hijab in general because that is a very big part of every little Muslim girl's life if she decides to wear it. Basically, I was a pretty confident but insecure child. Okay, I thought everybody liked me and I thought I had a lot of friends, but also I was like pretty insecure about my looks and I wanted to like do whatever it is that I can to kind of get cuter, I guess. And I'm just being honest with you guys. Well guys, I'm back with half an eyebrow because the battery on the camera died, so we had to charge it for a bit before we can get started again. I know I was in the middle of my hijab story. I think I was talking about how I was an insecure but confident child at the same time. But basically, we went to a family friend's house and they had family friends visiting from Saudi. The girl that was there was probably around my age now, so she was probably like 18, 19, 20, okay? And I think that like I looked at her, and you know when like your kids, okay, actually let me start doing my, one second you guys, let me continue my eyebrows. I forgot that I was in the middle of something here. But when you're a kid, okay, as a girl, what they try to do to convince you to wear hijab, obviously, like, how are they gonna convince a bunch of younger girls to wear hijab? They're gonna just tell them that they're gonna gain some beauty from it or something. At least that's what they told me. And I think it makes sense, which kind of sucks, like, the way our society is. But, like, that's what they were doing with us. And, you know, like I was saying, I was a little bit insecure about my looks. So I was like, you know what? If I wear hijab, like, I know I'm gonna be cute. So, like, that's basically when I made, like, I literally went home that night and I told my mom, Mama, I want to wear hijab. And she's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And then I started wearing, after that, I literally started wearing, and I've never, like, taken it off since then. It's just been smooth sailing. And I think I was 11 at the time, and I hijabbed December 6th, 2009. Yeah, I was 11 years old. 11 and a half.
Oh my god, 10-year hijab anniversary, December 6th,
yeah, this year it's gonna be my 10-year hijab anniversary. Isn't that so exciting? I'm gonna make such a big post on Instagram about it. You guys just wait. But anyway, these are my eyebrows. As you can see, like, it really does make a difference. Like, it really helps when I'm wearing like a full face of makeup. And it really makes them stand out. And I really like my eyebrows, so I like to highlight them a lot. Next part is eyeshadow. So for eyeshadow, let me just collect my brushes really quickly. I have my brushes. I'm going to do a very basic eyeshadow look, and it's just something that I do go to, again, to just kind of highlight my eyes, bring them out. I like to do a lot of neutral tones, pinks and like oranges specifically I really like. So I'm going to go with like orange for this look, just because I'm using the Huda Beauty Desert to Dusk palette, and I know she's done some shady stuff, but honestly, like, her eyeshadow pigmentation and the colors and the way everything blends together is really nicely, so I do like to use this palette. I apologize, you guys. It was a gift. I didn't buy it. But basically, first I go in with the shade Desert Sand, and I kind of just pat that all over my eyelid. I forgot to mention earlier, but I do put foundation on my eyelids, so this sets it the way that I set my face with the other powder. Desert Sand was this one right at the top. And then next I'm going to go into Eden and a little bit of Blazing. So these are just two orangey shades. And I'm going to do this one in my crease, and then I'm going to do this one to darken up the crease just a little bit. And I'm just going to go in with this. These are brushes from Kestrel. These are a gift. Like, I don't buy any of my makeup either. This is just an eye blender, like a regular eye blender brush with like really loose bristles or whatever. And I'm going to go into that Eden color. And then while I'm doing this, I'm going to answer the next question, which is my favorite item in my closet. So honestly, I don't think like I have an all-time favorite item. I buy things pretty frequently. So every time I buy something new, it becomes like my favorite thing. Recently, my favorite item, and these have also been my favorite pictures that we've taken from Masada's closet in general, was the denim jumpsuit. And that is from a boutique called Anonymous Addictions, which is actually local to me, so that was really nice. And I found out about it pretty recently, actually. I love it so much. I've been looking for something denim for a really long time, like overalls or a jumpsuit, but everything has been very hard to, like, it didn't fit the way I wanted it to, or it just wasn't what I was looking for. So, but this like kind of hit all the spots, and it is distressed, which I like. I don't mind layering with like leggings under it, but yeah, I like fell in love with that jumpsuit instantly, and it's really easy to like dress up or dress down. That's basically what I guess my favorite item right now is. That's gonna change in a few months, I'm sure. So yeah, I went in with Eden. As you guys can see, it's like a little, it's more on the peachy side, to be honest, than orange. It looks more orange in the palette than it does on my eyes, but it's more peachy. But I'm gonna go in with Blazing, and that's definitely gonna make it a lot more orange. And I'm just going to use this other brush. Oh, this is the flat shader brush. There's another brush that I'm missing. whatever, I'll use this one. And I'm just going to go in on the outsides of my eye and kind of just blend that in a little bit to darken it up. And I'll go back in with that blending brush and blend everything out once I finish applying it over here. While I'm doing that, on to the next question. What sparked my interest in fashion? So this is another funny story, and actually I've had the Mascara's Closet Instagram account since 2014, I think. So it's been 5 years now, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like, it's been such a long process, obviously, and a lot has changed since I started, but it's been fun the entire time and I loved it. But anyway, what sparked my interest in fashion, I guess? Honestly, there's not a single thing that I can like pinpoint my interest to, but I remember this story very vividly. At the time, actually, I had just transferred to my high school, and I was living in Saudi before that for like 4 years almost, and people were constantly complimenting my outfits, and I had this little group of friends in my biology class. And I remember they were all like, you should start a fashion page. And I was like, should I really? And then we sat there one biology class that we actually weren't doing any work, and we came up with the name Mascara's Closet together, and that's just kind of how the page was born, and it's been like that ever since. And honestly, like, if it wasn't for them, I don't think this page would be a thing. But yeah, I just thought that was like an interesting story to share because it all happened so quickly. It wasn't something that I was like planning to do for a long time or anything. But yeah. So I went out and I blended out those two colors, and now you can see it's a little bit more orange. We've got like a nice little gradient going in. And what I'm going to do now is go in with this flat shader brush. And I'm not going to bother cleaning it. I'm going to keep a little bit of that orange on there, but I'm going to go in with desert sand as well. And then kind of just like blend it onto my eyelids so that it's not so harsh. So if you guys are going to look at both of these eyes, this one looks a lot more diffused onto my lid, and then this one, it just kind of looks straight up white, and I don't want that. So again, I'm going to go in with a little bit of that and blend it in. Okay, so now that that's blended out, what I'm going to do, since I already did all of my face makeup, is I'm going to go in with this brush that actually came in another one of my palettes. I can't even remember which one, to be honest, but it's just flat and almost like a flat pencil brush. And I'm going to go in with that orange directly under my waterline and connect it with my eyeshadow on the other side. And I'm just going to go darken that up directly under my eye on both sides. After I do this, I'm going to go in with that same blending brush that I was using earlier and go in with the light peachy shade, Eden, and blend that all out so that it looks nice and seamless. While I'm doing this, let's answer another question, and that question is my favorite hijab material. Okay, so I've been wearing pashmina hijabs for a very, 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 very long time, and honestly, to me, they've always been hit or miss. Like, either they sit really nicely and they frame my face really nicely, or they just don't and they crease a lot, and that's really annoying. But around like 2 years ago, I think, I stumbled across not viscose. Is it viscose? Yeah, viscose hijabs, the one, like the crinkly ones. You guys know what I'm talking about. Those are so big now. I started wearing those recently, and I really like them. Like, honestly, I have no complaints. They're very fun. They're very good for the summer. Like, they're very, very, very light hijabs. And, okay, I was thinking, actually, when I got this question, I've been thinking of doing a video for a while about different types of hijab materials and like what kind of things they're good for, because obviously each hijab is going to style differently. So if you guys want to see a video on that, please leave a comment down below. I'd be very happy to do that. It's going to involve a little bit of research, but I'm like down to film it. So my eyes are fully blended now. They're pretty nice. Sometimes I will leave them like this depending on the look that I'm going for, and sometimes I'll put a shimmer shade on top of it. Mandy, what do you think? Should I put a shimmer shade on top of my eyes?
Close your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So for the shimmer shade, I'm going to use my flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go in with this color. It's called Celestial, and it's kind of like, it's gold when you look at it from one angle, and then it's rose gold when you look at it from another angle. It's right here. They can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so basically, this is how I get my like shimmer shadows to like be very sparkly and glittery. I dip them in, like I go in there and take my spray bottle and I spray I want to spray here because of my laptop, so I'm going to spray to the side. Actually, my phone. Oh my god, my electronics. I spray it with water, you know, it gets nice and moist. I go in, this is hard to do with my eyes open, and I just tap the shadow onto my lid, just that first half. So it added a little bit of something, you know, it's pretty cute. But yeah, basically I'm going to do the other eye, and then while I do the other eye, I'm going to answer another question. And that one is actually very fashion related, and it is how to style a blazer casually. So the thing is, I don't own any blazers. For a while, I didn't really like the blazer trend, but recently I started to really like it, and I really, really like it when people wear oversized blazers. Like, I think any other blazer does not look right. So I think it really needs to be oversized. And then the other thing too is, if you have an oversized blazer, I think there are 3 ways you can wear it casually. And one of them being wearing it closed, taking a belt and then cinching it over with straight leg jeans and then a pair of boots. And then a second way to wear a blazer would be keep it open, wear a high neck shirt or a turtleneck, lots of accessories, and then I'd say like a pair of like wide leg pants with a pair of ankle boots or a pair of sneakers even. Sneakers would look really good with that. It'd be really casual. And the third outfit I'd say is you could wear a dress. If it's a very oversized, you could wear a dress that's about the same length as it, like maybe mid-thigh or something, and wear the blazer over it. You can close it or you can keep it open, and then wear a pair of over-the-knee boots with it. I think that would look really, really, really cute. So my eyes are complete, like in terms of the eyeshadow, and the next step is mascara. I like to layer mascaras together. I use the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara first, and then I layer it with the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara on top of it. And the first thing I do is curl my lashes. So what I do first is curl them to enhance them, and I go up right against my lash line, and I'll like squeeze pretty hard for 5 seconds. So I'll literally count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I will let go and then angle my hand up, and then I'll squeeze again for another 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'll let go, and you guys can see the dramatic difference that this does for my eyelashes. You know, like I look so much more awake and like open, and I feel like honestly I could get away with not wearing any mascara, but I'm going to show you guys the whole process, so that's what I'm going to do. And then again, while I'm doing this on, I'm putting on my mascara. Let's go answer another question. Well, it's not really a question, it was just kind of a suggestion for me to talk about the color navy. And yeah, I'm going to talk about the color navy because I love navy so much. It's such a nice color, and honestly, I feel like it pairs well with so many different colors, including black. I don't care what anybody says, navy and black is an iconic combination. Maddie can back me up on this one.
Yes.
Yes, he thinks it's iconic too. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna start with this mascara first, and I just go in at the base of my lashes and kind of wiggle it up to the tips. Next question. Okay, so this question is asking about my personal style and how I developed it. So like I said, I've had Mascara's Closet for 5 years, and I don't have posts from like 5 years ago because they're cringy. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like them. I don't dress like that anymore. I had a big problem with Mascara's Closet in the beginning where I'd post and then I'd stop posting for 6 months and then I'd post again. I had a problem with like being consistent.
Sounds familiar.
What do you mean? Oh my god, yeah, we're 5 months away in the YouTube video. Oh my god. You know, I've obviously stepped up my game with the consistency, but like I think like prior to December of 2017, I archived every single one of my posts and I started over for like probably the 7th time, like no exaggeration. I've deleted my posts so many times, but I feel like I'm at a point where I know what my personal style is and I can like confidently know that I am wearing things because I like them, not just because I'm sitting here following trends. I have my own unique sense of style. I would describe it as like modest street style, because I think street style is a combination of a lot of different types of fashion, and I definitely don't limit myself to just one. I think that I love to be adventurous, and that's not just in clothing, that's like in every aspect of my life. Also, like being an artist and stuff, I'm obsessed with color, so I think that plays a big role into how I dress. And that actually leads into another question, so let me answer that one really quickly before we move on. But where do I get my style inspiration from? And I think, I don't know how unique this is to me, but I never heard of anybody else doing this, but sometimes I will literally look things up based on just color. So I'll look up like a painting or like some like house decor or something and see the colors that are paired together, and then pair my outfits solely based on the colors that go together. And I think that's really fun. I don't know, guys, let me know if anybody else does this, but I think this is like very unique to me. I'm very proud of doing that, and I just love color so much. Other places that I get my style inspirations, obviously from Instagram. I follow a lot of vloggers on Instagram that have been in the modest fashion business for a while, and I follow a lot of clothing stores because, you know, they post like their fashion inspiration too. And also go on Pinterest. Pinterest is heaven for inspiration. They've got like everything on there. But yeah, I've got a board for like things that I would wear that has probably like 2,000 or 3,000 pins in it, and I really need to go in and organize it. But yeah, those are the biggest sources of inspiration for me.
She's got a board for me too.
Yeah, I do. I have a board for Matthew too, men's fashion. It's very small. I think it only has like 50 posts in it compared to like my 2,000 posts.
But like,
yeah.
it actually is things I would wear.
Yeah.
You know?
I know his style.
I feel like well, I mean, honestly, you're the one who dressed me when... Like, I feel like now I can pick out my own things, but like when we first started, it was basically you picking out my outfits. Yeah. So my style is literally yours in a male version. Because I just kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Mascara is done. Looks really good, I think. So the next step is my favorite part, highlighter. Oh my god. Okay, guys, special story about this. Actually, it's not that special, but Mehdi bought me this highlighter palette like 2 or 3 rides ago, 4 rides ago. Like, it was kind of a long time ago. Ever since then, it's been like my favorite highlighter palette. Like, I love it so much. I use it a lot, even though it doesn't look like it. The pans are like barely touched. They're very big. I'm gonna go into the summer shade and the moonstone shade. I'm just gonna like dip into both and, you know, put them on, mix them together. I use a blush brush from Ulta, actually. I don't know, it works really well. It picks up a lot of product. Speaking of, fan brushes are such a scam. Honestly, don't buy one. It's not worth it at all. They really just don't do what they're supposed to do. They don't pick up any product. But I'm just putting it at the tops of my cheekbones. I like a lot of highlighter. I don't know, some people say it's too much. I don't care. This is just what I like to do. I just go in and blend it in. And I'm going to put it on my nose, above my eyebrows, and then with my on my chin with this big brush. And then I'm going to switch over to this small little pencil brush and go in on the tops of my lips, under my eyebrows, and then on the inner corners of my eyes. And then while I'm doing that, let me answer. I have 2 more questions, actually. Your favorite fashion trend now. So my favorite fashion trend now is definitely loose clothing. I am so happy loose and oversized clothing are becoming a thing again, because obviously like really helps with modest wear. I feel like that's just something I do all the time. I love loose fitting clothing. Like, I purposely buy things a size bigger just so that they fit me loose. I really like this layering aspect, especially when people layer turtlenecks under sweaters. Like, A1. And I really like this whole trend that's going on with like kind of just wear whatever the heck you want, which actually leads me into my last question, but I will save that for a second because I just finished my highlighter. I don't know, can they see on the camera how like intense it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, it's pretty good highlighter. Like, I will forever love these highlighter kits. We're down to our last step. You know, all I have is lipstick left, and I use again a Wet n Wild lipstick, but this time I'm gonna put it on my lips. And this is the shade Bare It All 902C, and I basically just put this all over my lips. And then of course I'm gonna layer with my favorite lip gloss, the Fenty Beauty lip gloss, their universal shade. It's just the gloss bomb. It's basically, just want to let you guys know, it's basically the same exact color of my lips, which is why I like it so much, because I like the color of my lips a lot. Like I said, that led me into my last question, which was the best fashion advice that I have. This is really corny, but if you like something and you think it looks good, wear it. There's always, this goes for every aspect of your life, somebody who's going to disagree with you about something, or like not like the way you do things, especially because it's different than the way they do them. And everybody has different tastes and different like opinions and different styles, and that's completely fine. You know, the world would be so boring if everybody was exactly the same. There are no rules to fashion. I don't care what anybody says. We discuss the discourse. Navy and black go together. Okay, so like, just, you know, just kind of wear whatever you want. And that is my advice. And that is it for my makeup. Basically, that just wraps up. I have lipstick on my teeth. Matthew's informed me. This is so embarrassing. Actually, this is not embarrassing. This is my life. Okay. A trick to get lipstick off your teeth is to stick your finger in your mouth.
Make sure it's clean.
My finger's clean. And then, like, I don't know if you guys can see, but, like, basically, like, all the lipstick that would have been on my teeth goes around my finger. And it's a lot of lipstick, but, like, I still get lipstick on my teeth, so whatever. Let me go change so that I can do, like, a proper outro. Be right back. Had to just do a quick outfit change so that the outfit matched the makeup and so I wasn't looking crusty. Because you know I put on a hijab I did not care about for that. Basically, I just wanted to thank you guys so much for tuning into my video and for submitting your questions. I really appreciate that you guys took the time out of your day to like ask me things so that I can like talk about them in this video, because obviously this video would not have happened without you guys. And I really just appreciate it in general when you guys interact with my page, like you DM me things or comment on my pictures. I really appreciate all of that, so thank you guys so much. And then one more time, just a special thank you to Arabian Avenue for sending over the things and also providing you guys with a coupon code. I really hope you guys put that to good use. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, go ahead and hit that like button, and also make sure you smash that subscribe button to tune in to more content like this in the future, inshallah, and follow my other social media accounts. I'll make sure to have them linked in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! And asked me to, you know, asked me to, what am I doing?
Sorry.
Okay, forget that. Do I say anything else? Okay.
Also, I'm so sorry. I'm kind of stressed. But I hope this is crispy.
Oh,
Your
zoom
forehead.
out a little bit.
I think I got it as crispy as it got. Oh, that's kind of cute. Okay, now your whole head is showing.
Okay, that's fine.
Like there's a little gap in the top of your head.
Okay,
I think that's good because actually.
Yeah.
It's good.
Anyway, so oh my god, in the
okay,
video.
my apologies. You're right. You're right.
When I do what?
The camera is low battery. What are we gonna do?
Okay, we're good. What does it mean? Don't move, just sit.
You gotta restart now.
Just sit. I know.
Okay.
Just sit.
Okay.
Just grab a seat. Use the naked decay. What's wrong with me? What was I gonna say?
I don't give a whatever.
No. I can't remember which eye I was doing. Who's coming in? Who's coming in? Oh, I did it not.
Fine.
Can I say hi?
The eyelash curl.
Hello.
The next question. Oh my god, I just broke my brush.
I have curly hair. I can't wash it like that. Also, it's bad for your hair.